can you see this person's perspective, but can you see beyond this barrier that is in front of you right now? And we do get to that place of gratitude and actually appreciation. Now, it takes us refusing to stay in a victim mindset in order to do that.
We're not going to be in a victim mindset today. We're going to be the healing mindset. Hey, Teri Pugh.
Hello, Devon O'Day. How are you today?
Fantastic. We're going to bring on this little ray of sunshine as our people are all joining us. I hope that you guys will leave us comment. Today, we're going to introduce Delaney from Hand to Heart Wellness.
Hi. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And let me read this because this is the way it is described. A holistic health practitioner who specializes in massage therapy, energy work, meal prep, and nutrition. So there you go. Basically, just makes your life better just because she's in it.
I try.
You and Delaney known each other. How long have you guys been friends?
Oh gosh, 20 years probably.
At least 20, 23-ish, somewhere in there. Long time.
Pretty much my whole life almost.
Yes.
Did knowing Teri and all of the work that she does, did that influence you some in your healing arts?
100%, definitely. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be able to receive when Teri was practicing massage therapy. She was probably my first massage ever. And obviously that's what I love to do so much now. And I know that if I hadn't have met Teri, it wouldn't have had as big of an impact in my life.
Well, I appreciate that sweetness. But I'm just going to throw this nugget out there that when Delaney is taking clients, you need to look the girl up because she has a gift.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, terrified of massage. Let's talk about why massage works so well for our health and well-being.
Yeah. It's something that when I started my journey in massage therapy school, I almost went into it just being like, oh, I'll work on my family. I'll work on my friends. Like, I just want to know how to do it the right way. And then once I started working with the public and seeing all of the different types of people that were coming in and what they were carrying, it just really sparked something in me that I really wanted to do this to help people. It can make the biggest difference in your life. Introducing healthy touch, just a trusted form of health, and it just makes your life so much better to be able to carve out that time for you to really experience all of the healing benefits of it.
Flexibility is one of the first things to go, and that's when people start feeling elderly, when they're no longer. Massage is huge to help with that. Before we get into that conversation, let's say hello to some people who are joining us. Rhonda Clark is with us today. Hi, Rhonda. And Elizabeth, good morning, sunshines. There she is. Gloria, hi. Devon and gals.
Hey,
and then we got Elizabeth. Alexandria, Elise Healy. Allie, I am so glad to see you. And of course, EB is so great because she always shares us on her pages. So a shout out to everybody who's joining us. But let's talk a little. Saw this, and this was dealing with yoga. This was on your Instagram page.
Yes.
About the frog pose.
Yeah.
But this is also, massage really helps people be able to work and do things like this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, stretching is the one thing I always recommend to every single person that I, work with. I feel like even if it's just for 30 seconds a day, it doesn't have to be some crazy forward fold, stretchy, bendy thing. Like if you literally can just do this or just do this, any type of little thing you can do throughout the day to just open up your muscles, eventually you will just start seeing such great effects from it. It's so important.
I think we have to start thinking, and Teri, you just jumped right on in here, but we have to start thinking about massage as not a luxury, but a necessity. Moving our bodies and getting it back from people will invest so much money in a facelift. The body is breaking down. It's crazy to me.
I will say this, Delaney mentioned something that I absolutely think is super important, the healthy touch. Introducing or reintroducing healthy touch, because that can be self-massage or it can be going to a professional, and having a massage. But healthy touch is something that, especially in our last year, which was a complete shit show, 2020, we're touch deprived. A lot of people are touch deprived. So that healthy touch is super important. And the stretching component of it just rejuvenates and regenerates parts of your body that may have been dormant or sleeping for some time.
Rhonda asks, because Rhonda has cerebral palsy, do you do foot massage or dry needling? I have CP, but it doesn't have me.
Well, yes, absolutely. I've really wanted to look into dry needling and do some trainings within that. I've never actually received dry needling, but I've heard from so many people how beneficial it is. I've heard it can be a little uncomfortable in the moment, but what it does for your muscles is amazing. Foot massage is incredible. I think it's one of the most underrated parts of a massage. It's so amazing. So I love doing that, and hopefully dry needling will one day be in my practice.
One of the things that I find people are less intimidated, and let's talk about this, because I know Teri uses one of these, and you have a picture on your Instagram, the chair massage. So don't have to be naked on a table with a sheet. They're more likely to do this. And so tell me a little bit about chair massage, both of you.
Yeah, chair massage is great. It's a great introduction to massage if you're just wanting, you don't want to carve out an hour or 90 minutes of your day. If say you only have 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you can just sit in the chair and it really helps with, you can do back, neck, arms, all of that good stuff. So it's a really nice way to have accessibility in massage, definitely.
Absolutely. And it also allows people who might be a bit guarded, from being naked on a table or undressed to the level of their comfort on a table, to remain fully clothed and have that healthy touch over their clothing. Now, it's a great massage technique. But I don't know how Delaney feels about this, but I'm all for the table method, just because you can use the creams and the oils and all of those things. But the chair massage, we've all seen them. If you're at the mall and you're out shopping or whatever it is you're doing, they got these bad boys set up everywhere. And plus their travel, the accessibility there is great because you can just fold it up and go.
I also would like to add on to that if you are wanting, so the only reason why I don't always recommend chair massage is because of the flexibility and stretches that you can do within a table massage. So if you are kind of trying to find a balance between wanting to get the stretches in and the full body, I like to recommend Thai yoga massage, because you are dressed the entire time. And it just kind of, it's a sequence of a bunch of different stretches and compressions and things. So you still get those benefits of that you would as a table massage, but you can still remain dressed and comfortable in that way.
Because I've had a lot of people remark that, well, with my past, I am not going to do this for myself. And it's very unfortunate. I get it. When we start limiting ourselves as far as things that will actually help us therapeutically. Let's talk a little bit, speaking of therapeutic, you also are a private chef, and I just want to show you some of Delaney's food. I don't know what this is, but I want me some.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things to whip up. It's It's whipped goat cheese and pesto crostini, and you have some like lemon zest on there. And I love that pesto recipe because it's vegan also. And I'm personally not vegan or vegetarian, but I do like to introduce those types of foods in when I can, just for their health benefits. And so that one's really great. It's made with spinach and pesto and pesto. It's made with spinach and basil and nutritional yeast instead of Parmesan cheese. So that's like a nice little substitute. And also you soak cashews and then grind those up. So instead of the pine nuts, it has more of like a chunkier it's really, really good.
It looks delicious.
It's amazing.
Yum. I don't know what this is either, but it looks like noodles on a pan, and I'm ready to just eat it right now.
Yes,
what is that?
That was a fun thing. So for New Year's Eve this past year, we decided obviously we weren't going to go out anywhere. So we wanted to have a huge like Italian feast, homemade, like spent all day making a bunch of stuff. And that was actually the first time I tried to make homemade pasta. And it was really, really easy, in comparison to what I thought it was going to be. So that was fun. That was a nice little experiment. I liked it a lot.
Well, you prepare foods for people and prepackaged foods because a lot of people, if they have it already made, they will eat better.
Absolutely.
They get intimidated. And so it's like, okay, I'm just going to go through a window. And you don't scrimp on desserts. Let's talk about this fine thing that just, you want to put this all like rub it all over your face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. That was fun. So one of my 2021 resolutions was to bake more because I started off in my food journey really with just baking. I very much love to follow a recipe and have everything measured out, and cooking totally intimidated me because I had no idea how to just throw things in a pan and, just fly by the seat of my pants. So it's funny because then as I got older, I just kind of started shying away from baking. And so one of my resolutions this year was to get back into that. And that was one of my favorite things I've made maybe ever. It was a pistachio cake with cream cheese icing. And oh my gosh, I was like eating it over my sink at 3 a.m. Like it was amazing.
I can see why. I would have been eating it over my sink. I might have even taken it to bed with me. I'm not sure. But,
Well, let's talk about this. Here's this crazy thing. When you put something in a blender and just let it go.
Yeah.
What on earth is that? It was like almonds and tomatoes and spinach and
So that's a romesco sauce. I want to say it's a sauce. I believe it's Mediterranean, and it has like plum tomatoes, almonds, or maybe it's walnuts. The recipe's on my page, so you can check that out. But it's super easy because you literally just throw all of that into a blender, let it run, and you can serve it with chicken, eggs, on toast. Like it's just so versatile and it's really good. One of my main intentions with my cooking is sneaking in healthy things that aren't intimidating and aren't, too hard to make. And that's why I love stuff like that, because you can throw in so many nutritional things and literally hit start and you're done. And then that's a great way to get in so many vitamins and nutrients. So that's a great recipe.
Everybody thinks, not everybody, but a lot of people think that eating healthy means you no longer can have things that just are delicious. And that's not true.
Right.
Absolutely. These muffins,
aren't they gorgeous? One of the things I love about this is
my God.
One of the things I love is that Delaney takes very simple, healthy ingredients and creates these things that most people would look at and go like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But, she has a gift for it, one. And two, I've had some of her food and I'm just going to say it's pretty damn good. So, and there's a gift to that, right? Because we look at food and we want it to be, for the most part, pretty. You know, I mean, food is supposed to be an experience more so than just kind of that just shoveling it in our face. And when you're creating that experience, then you have it, you know, the presentation of it. And I've never been one for presentation stuff, but I mean, you throw a strawberry on the muffins and I'm just like, oh my God, they must be in like a bakery somewhere, right?
No.
And I need to buy it.
Yeah, Elizabeth Mark both said, oh, it looks so good. And here's another thing I have to meal using. Having your meals prepared ahead of time, or being willing to say, I need help. This is not my jam. That's when they call you and say, and it can be something that really blesses your life and makes it so much better. You know, most people don't know that you exist, Delaney, that service exists, that they can get healthy food delivered. So how would someone go about hiring you to be their
So
personal chef and to prepare some meals? Touch with you for that.
Yeah. So my Instagram, Hand to Heart Wellness, that's my main platform that I'm using right now, just to communicate with people about scheduling and booking, you know, just to kind of get initial contact, and then we can move forward with, you know, what you're actually needing, what your health concerns are, or what you would like to get out of a service. And, so I feel like Instagram's definitely the best place for me to communicate with you right now.
Yes. And would you share with people, Delaney, like what services do you offer? Because when we say wellness, a lot of times people are like, I don't really know what that means. And I don't really want to ask because I don't want to feel stupid. So what exactly what services do you offer? And the second part of that is, what's your favorite form of self-kindness?
Ooh, that's a great question. So with wellness, I like to look at it as, it's not, you know, how do I phrase this? Getting a massage, that is totally a form of wellness and of self-kindness and self-care. But it also includes so much more, right? And that's why I love the food aspect of it too, because if you're not eating to the best of your abilities, then you're not going to feel to the best of your abilities. And that's kind of the intimidating part of it. But it just takes a little bit of like research and finding out what's good for you, what makes you feel good. So yeah, with that being said, I like to talk to the people about what they're really wanting, and then finding a plan for them to like, just to make themselves feel the best that they can, whether that's through body work or nutrition, energy work, any of that stuff. And energy work's a great outlet as well. It's less hands-on like massages, but it's just so good for feeling balanced and grounded and being able to go into your day the best version of yourself. And so with that being said, energy work's definitely one of my favorite forms of self-kindness. I love it because you can go to an energy practitioner and really receive all the benefits of it, but it's also something that you can totally do on your own for 5 minutes after you wake up. You know, you can sit on your couch and for 5 minutes before your day starts, just ground, close your eyes, begin your deep breathing, and just really setting an intention for the day so that you can feel grounded and patient and your best self before you go and show yourself to the world. So yeah, that's definitely you
mentioned breathing.
Yeah.
Let's look at deep breathing. Did you know that deep breathing is one of the body's strongest self-healing mechanisms? Short-term and long-term health benefits are due to changes in the body physiology that include lowered blood pressure, reduced heart rate, decreased release of stress hormones, stress relief, better balance between the gases in the blood, enhanced physical and mental energy, and better immunity.
Mm-hmm.
All that from breathing. All that from breathing.
It's something I definitely try and remind myself throughout the day. I'll be in traffic and I'll realize, oh my gosh, for the last 30 minutes, I haven't taken a deep breath.
Right.
So I always like to visualize that space right between my rib cage, just relaxing, like in between the rib cage and belly button, just relaxing that, you automatically can just kind of feel your body just get into a little bit more of a comfortable space. And yeah, breathing's literally the life force. So it's an important thing to be mindful about throughout your day.
I tell folks all the time that if we breathe naturally. It's not like we have to remind ourselves on the daily through every moment of the day, inhale, exhale. We don't have to really do that. So being cognizant of breathing in a cadence that allows our body to work for us as opposed to work against us, because we can enhance and charge up some anxiety breath work super quick, getting overstimulated. So I agree 100% with Delaney about it's just it's one of the very basic foundations of our wellness because we already do it.
Elizabeth says, I do breathing and guided meditations at bedtime. Breathing with intention can be very relaxing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great time to do it too, before you go to sleep.
So I want to ask you real quick, and I don't know, Devon, what
Steve Rain, still a little shout out.
Hey, Steve. If we can talk a minute about merchandise. I hear that someone has got a merchandise line, and I can't wait to get my goodies from it. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So towards the beginning of the year, I was thinking of things that I wanted to do with my business, and merchandise is such a cool thing for me. I've never ever attempted to do it before, but I just kind of had this idea and I was like, I'm rolling with it. And yeah, so I have 2 shirts, 2 tote bags, and a baseball cap, just kind of with little phrases on it or my name, my business name. And I'm donating 10% of the proceeds to the Trust for Public Land, which just helps create sustainable land for future generations. I feel really deeply connected with the earth personally, and it's so important to understand where we originated from, and so I just want to try and give back to the earth in any way that I can. So I was like, this is a great little way to do it.
Absolutely.
It's perfect because tomorrow is Earth Day. So it's really perfect that we talk about that. Steve posted a picture. He went back to the gym for the first time. He suffered from tendonitis. So let's talk a little bit about what self-care does if you've had an injury like tendonitis or you've been in an accident or whatever. How does healing work that you do help you get back to the healthier you?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when it comes to injuries, tendonitis, things like that, they can be really discouraging to get back into healing work because it's almost counterintuitive because it hurts, so you want to make it better, but you're also nervous because you don't want to make it worse or something like that. And so I just feel like if you find a practitioner that really works with you, just open communication. And that's one thing I always tell people before a massage. It's like, if anything doesn't feel good, tell me. And if you need more pressure, if you need less pressure, because I think it can be intimidating to speak up sometimes. So just having open conversations with your practitioner after an injury or a surgery or anything like that is super important because it will change your life. It is a form of physical therapy. So it's really important.
Suzanne checked in and she says, I love pretty served food. Margie Singleton says, good morning or good afternoon. Now, Margie is, I'm not going to say her age, but let's just say we all jump into the senior category. And when we're talking about senior citizens, and a lot of people are either senior citizens who are watching with us or the caregiver for a senior citizen, how can we institute some of these things for that we care for? Do you ever work with the senior citizen body? And are there special things that you have to remember to do or not do?
Yeah, I love working with senior citizens, especially for that healthy touch aspect that we were discussing earlier. It's just so nice for both parties to receive that touch and love from each other. And so I feel like kind of what I said earlier, the open communication is the key with any group, really, but senior citizens involved in that.
Teri, what about you? When you've done your massage work and your therapy work, have Margie says, say my age, proud to be here. Margie, how old are I don't ever know how old Margie is because she in her mind she's about 16. So I never know. I mean, I know she's over the 80 mark, but she is fabulous, and she is the poster child for what we should do to enjoy our lives. Teri, now what about you? And have you noticed people really, when they're in the senior body and then they go and have a massage, have you noticed that helping?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, when I was finishing up my massage therapy school back in 98, one of the practicums that I did every Sunday was a young lady that came in, and she was 87 years old. She had outlived her husband and all of her family. They didn't have children, and she had a cat. And so her only interaction was with her cat, which was loving and nurturing. But she would come in as a visual for her. She reminded me so much of Aunt B off of the Andy Griffith Show. Mm-hmm. And she would get up on the table and lay down fully dressed with her little orthopedic shoes on. And we would just do very light touch. And she would say, I feel so happy. I feel so alive. So it does make a difference. Obviously we can be the touch is going to awaken the body and the energy, which is super important. But for seniors, many times their body hurts from aging or from some other disease that may be happening. And so just that, it's a benefit. It's a benefit to be able to have that gentle healing touch with them, I've even had some folks that are like in their mid 70s and they're like, hit me with the shiatsu. And I'm like, thanks. Like, I don't even like that. Delaney will tell you. I'm like, nah, not that much pressure.
I know. And I'm going to tell you some people, I mean, I went in and had this, I've had great big massage therapists they looked like they came off the defensive line for the Packers, and they were so easy. And then this little tiny Asian woman that I met out in California, I thought I was bruised, and I thought I'm going to die. It was not pleasant for me. So be sure to tell your massage therapist the touch that you want. Don't let these little bitty girls think that they cannot get in there and do a deep massage, right, Delaney?
100%, definitely.
Absolutely. Because the body is going to tell, like the body, if a person will not vocally say, ow, that's too much pressure, the body's going to tell, because it's going to tense up, and you're going to be doing, it is counterintuitive, because you're going to be trying to work in to relax that muscle, but the muscle is fighting you, and you do more damage that way. And Delaney is right. People oftentimes are like, oh, I don't want to say anything because they're the professional, but they're not your body. So it's super important, because some people can be, I mean, like, Delaney probably likes a deeper massage. Correct?
Correct.
Teri does not. So we're just the opposite, and so you can't really tell. You have to know where to get in there,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's so important, that communication.
Yes.
Well, 86 in October. Margie will be 86 in October. Girl,
Whoop, whoop.
she says, I'm proud of my age. So yes.
Yes.
And Elizabeth says, I feel 25, but I'm 55. My age never matches how I feel inside, which is exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to close with letting everybody know how to reach everybody. Delaney, give people the way that they can reach you, just to kind of bring things, if they want to make an appointment with you for food or for wellness. Hand on Facebook, correct?
Instagram. It's Hand to Heart Wellness on Instagram. Yeah. So you are welcome to reach out to me there.
Now, what about website? Do you have a website where they can reach out and connect with you as well?
So I have a website right now for the merch. It's handtoheartwellness.bigcartel.com. So you can happily purchase merch there. And I'm working on a website. That's another 2021 goal. Just a nice place for you to reach me and get all my information.
Fantastic. And Teri Pugh, how can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Transcending Turbulence with Teri Pugh. They can find me on Instagram, Transcending Turbulence, or they can find me at teripugh.com, TERIPUGH.com. And I'm going to just throw this out there also. Tomorrow is Earth Day. Go to Delaney's website and buy the merch.
Please.
Because here's the thing. It's Earth Day. It's great merchandise. It's a great message. And a proceed of that goes back to protecting and conserving the earth. So that is like the trifecta of wins right there.
Agreed.
And the shirts are like really soft.
Mm-hmm. They're so soft. They're the best.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So
and because they say size doesn't matter. Is that what it says?
Shape. Yeah, shape doesn't matter.
Shape doesn't matter. And you go into that, you have them in all sorts of sizes and sizes for every body type.
Yes, definitely. That was important for me to do, for sure.
Well, everybody, if you guys make sure that you share this, make sure that you click like and be a part of our family. We're here every Wednesday at noon. This is Launch Date.
Hang on. Mm-hmm. Tell people how they can find you, Devon O'Day.
Tell people what?
Tell people how they can find you.
Oh, me? Oh, Devon O'Day at gmail.com. You can just send me a message or send me a message here. Wherever you're watching this, just send us a message and we'll get it. Sorry, I forgot about that. I'm just so glad. Y'all just made me want a massage.
Well, I can hook you up. I know just the person for you to call.
Very, very cool. You guys have a great rest of your day. And to all of you guys who are watching, we appreciate you being there. Heavy lifting for a lighter spirit every Wednesday.